So nice. All right, so we're going to talk about setting a patient bed up for when you get a new patient or weekly. So one thing we want to talk about is if a patient has a Braden score of less than 18, we want to make sure they're on an Isoflex mattress. That is going to be the orange bottom mattresses. We have 71 of these in-house, so they should be fairly easy to find. We want to use a breathable chuck for those patients. It is not the plastic back, it is a breathable chuck. We have two different types of plastic back ones. We do not want to use these. The other feature that we can use for this bed is the Isoflex pump. If their Braden score is less than 18 and they have moisture, the pump is associated here. It's plugged into the bottom of the mattress. The two settings we need to worry about is turning it on by pushing the power button, and we need to make sure Isoflex is selected. If it's not selected, we just push the arrow buttons and it will change. That puts a thin layer of air underneath that patient, cooling and drying them. So in between patients, as well as weekly, like I said, we want to zero the bed. We will do that by pushing and holding the zero button and following the commands on the LCD screen. We'll release the button, we'll wait, and then it'll say bed zeroed. So as you see, we have the bed zero icon, and now that bed is set up and ready for the patient. When we are using it for a patient, looking here with the bed alarms, we want to make sure we're on zone 2. You'll get to that by pushing the arm disarm button until it lights up, and then pushing the zone button. That is a weight-based alarm system. The first zone takes half of that patient's body weight before it sets off, so we're reacting instead of being proactive. You will get more bed alarms going off with that second zone, but that is the intent, to make sure people stay safe and in bed. The other feature we can use is the iBed feature. There's another button here next to the LCD screen. You will push and hold it, and it'll say awareness on. As you notice at the bottom here, we have our green lights. So when I make a change to the bed, you'll see here what changed. In this case, I dropped the side rail, and it's showing me that the side rail dropped. When I put it back up, the alarm goes off. That will respond like a chair alarm. Okay? You can push and hold iBed to take that off again. The other way we can use that is if we put the alarm on, and we put it to zone 2, and then turn the iBed on. If somebody happens to disarm the chair alarm, or I'm sorry, the bed alarm, it will go off as well. So just another safety precaution. What it does is it takes a snapshot of the bed and how you have it set up. So if you have the bed in a low position, you have the head at 30 degrees, you have the side rails up, if anything changes, it will alarm and let you know. The other thing we want to talk about is here on the corners, we have D-rings. It's kind of like the old woven belts. You can put a flat sheet through those D-rings, and what that's going to do is it locks that sheet into place. So as we're rolling and turning our patient, and this sheet gets pulled on, it's going to snap right back into place. That way we don't have to keep fitting that fitted sheet. These beds are rated to 50 pounds. If your patient weighs more than 50 pounds and you find that the alarm is going off consistently, that bed needs to have the preventative maintenance done and recalibration. Please pull that bed out of service, exchange it out, and let's get it back down to PlanOps and Biomed so it can be configured. The other bed we want to talk about is our bariatric bed. So this particular bed is our most common bed for bariatric patients. We have 6 of them. Some things to notice is the side rails here. Underneath is a lip. You'll pull that rail out, extending it. You have it on each side rail, and then you have 2 here in the middle for supports. You'll pull both of those out, effectively extending the bed. You can pull the side rails out, but if you miss the middle, we have had patients fall and bad outcomes because of that. So please remember to offer support through the entire length of the bed. Also on that same note, we do have a guide here. This is for the inflation deflation. This is increasing the side rail, the width of the bed. It also talks about a chair rail, or the car rail. So If the patient is going to feel like they're going to roll out of bed, we can increase that, and it kind of puts a lip on it. Make sure to deflate that before you're trying to get the patient back into bed, or it'll be extremely high. On that same note, if you see the green, we want to make sure that it's either fully down in the green position or fully up. Okay? Don't let it go halfway in between like this. If you see that, that's wrong. It can create patient sores, and it'll actually put more stress on the bed. So we don't want to do that. It's either fully inflated or fully deflated. Also, with our bariatric beds, we do have a bariatric chair alarm. Because these do not have alarms on them for their beds, we do have to use the bariatric chair alarm. It is a 18 inches wide pad instead of the conventional 12 inches. So it is quite a bit bigger, and then we'll use a chair alarm box for this bed. If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me and ask.